Morning. Barebones Broadcasting, when I just did with my great crown. I don't know. Took it off through it, I guess. Well, don't matter. Barebones Broadcasting, Norman Woodstock Spalding, the nincompoop broadcaster at large. I'll just sit here and chat with you in the morning. I was thinking about, I don't know why, my thoughts just move around, reminiscing neighbors. I have wonderful neighbors. I'm very thankful for my neighbors. I live in an apartment, and both adjacent apartments are occupied by people from Mexico, and I find them to be really very wonderful, nice to live next to people. And it made me reminisce people from other nations that I've lived around in my life. And I find them to be very full of humility and rapport and lovely people that I've lived around that are directly from another nation. I've found that oftentimes people born in this nation, in this country, of other nationalities, very strong in another nation's genetics, are not so pleasant to live around. They think they're of the nation they came from and don't know how to do this nation or that nation, either one. And they're kind of arrogant and hard and uppity, they're like they're too good for you. Where the people born in other nations and come here don't act like they're too good for you at all. In fact, they act like they like to be around you, and they're very fun to be around people. Whereas I can't be around them enough. They're very nice. And certainly don't, well, I'm sure there's some things about me they wouldn't want to be like, and I like being like about everything I see about them. I don't see anything about them I wouldn't like being like. I mean, they're nice people. But I know there's things about me that really are nothing like anybody living right now, because I'm so maturing into something that has been here before. Huh. And that's what's going on with my life personally. I'm maturing into something that used to be here and ain't here now. That's the trouble with maturity, isn't it? Is there anything mature here right now? Where is it? Well, I don't see the planet. Wait a minute, I am going to have to get up. Just a minute. Where it's got to. It gets away. I can get away. Come back. Where are you at? Roll somewhere. There it is, under the chair. Yep. I like to get where I can't find it. Lots of things to do. I can have everything out in the open. One thing will get where I can't see it. You think that happens by coincidence? I don't. It's kind of like I got a club foot. That didn't happen by coincidence. I give coincidence the credit for it, only there's a script specifically and precisely written for me, mad about my club foot. Do you want to bet? So don't tell me it happened coincidentally. Is there a script written for everybody with a birth defect? Because if you have a birth, and when you have a birth defect, you have a script, if and when. And the if becomes all when, and there ain't no if to it. Your ifs become all wins. Now there ain't no ifs. Never was one. It's all been a win. You're all precise and specific. All wins, no ifs. If don't fit here. When does. Want to bet? I don't know what you're talking about. I'll bet you don't. Back up. Remember more, then you will. Where do you sit in your mind? Win or if? Is living an if here? Well, it ain't. It's a win. All living here is win. It ain't got any ifs in it. And when you see life if, you ain't living. Oh, these terms. You're twisting my head. I yelled, let go of my head. Let go. Let go. Puka's got my head. Stop it. Sometimes Puka will stop, knowing full well overbeared the bounds and bound the bears. You are tempted by one thing, an idiot creator, and only that. Keep that well in mind, too. So when you find yourself leaning, lean not unto your own understanding. The trick word here is lean. When you find yourself leaning, then it says, what does it say? Lean not unto your own understanding, but. There's no such animal as but. So when you find yourself that, the way to bounce back, because you're on the floor then, usually your head's going, bow, bow, bow. Well, then bounce off the floor and stand back up. It says trust the Lord with all your heart. You don't even know what that means. That doesn't mean close your eyes and quit thinking. No, it doesn't. No, it means back up and remember more. And not be afraid to phrase yourself. Blah, 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 blah. Get your terms corrected. So you can get the priorities straightened out and go do it yourself as you have to. Because God only helps those that help themselves. Thank you, David said, as he ate the unleavened bread. That's how it works. And David sure helped himself to the kingdom of Israel, didn't he? What a dumbass. Would you want the kingdom of Israel or the kingdom of Jews? I'll take the kingdom of Jews, thank you. I don't want Israel. A troubled neighborhood with the confused of the world. Israel. How much of this planet is confused about Israel? How much? Astounding. Everyone living there and half the population of the planet. Confused. Even those that don't even have any reverence to Israel don't understand it. Israel's got a good portion of this planet confused. Why? You can't back up and remember Israel? Or it's just as confused itself as you are. That's the only difference in Israel. You don't understand that Israel and you are exactly the same. Confused. Can the confused understand the confused? You better hope so. All there is confused here. Hope to God they can understand confusion together. How could all the confused understand confusion when there's only confusion to understand confusion? And the best life gets is confusion. So the best it gets is confusion, and only the confused to understand it. Is that possible? Well, it couldn't happen. Well, it has to happen. We're looking at what has to happen, and that has to happen. How can it happen? Well, with a lot of cross-examinating, I can tell you that one. Examinating. With every citizen contributing. Each and every one. And when all are confused and one is making sense, that one is paid attention to, and what it's pointing at is paid a lot more attention to, isn't it? Because the information and the echo of information is the rudder of this ship, and you shall steer from hindsight, not future sight. Do you understand me? In fact, you shall steer with 360 times 360 sight. From the center of a S-P-H-E-R-E, you shall steer. Electron. And it's not your core, electron. It's how the field affects you without one. Does the Earth have a core? More than likely, no. Someday they'll say, science has just figured that the Earth doesn't have a core. Well, I'll be damned. Duh. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you ahead of time. The Earth don't have a magnetic core. No, it don't. No, it don't. It does not put out its own magnetic field. Does not have neither does an electron. It doesn't have its own source of field. No, it doesn't. It's a smart idea. It doesn't want the overhead of a core. Thank you very much.